welcome everyone to this seminar dedicated to social media analytics and KPIs. The webinar is organized by CISET and it will be included in the digital hub of the Euro Emotour project. Why this webinar? Why are we here? One of the things we registered, we noted when we analyzed how the 100 SMEs included in the Euro Emotour project approach the social media was that there was some difficulties in understanding which were the most important KPIs for which kind of purpose, and then although the 50% of the SMEs we interviewed managed the social media on their own, they still struggled with all the analytics part. That's why we asked one of the digital providers included in the Euro Emotour hub as well, WMR, to help us with some tips and tricks to help all the SMEs understand better their KPIs. One of the problems we registered was that it was really not clear all the time why the SMEs were using the social media, except when they needed to promote their own special offers. But for the rest, why this kind of post instead of the other kind of posts was not that clear. Why we are trying to post every week or every 2 days, and some during the seasons or outside the season, it was not very well settled. As possibly as a consequence, one of the other things we registered, we noted, it was that traffic from social media to the websites was low, especially when the posts were not sponsored. And at the same time, when we were analyzing the organic content produced by the SMEs, the level of engagement was kind of low, just some reaction to each post, each content, and usually from more or less from the same people. So no particular engagement of people different from the usual public, if you like. So here we are with Livia Savarese from WMR, who is going to help us understand a little better in a very clear and simple way how to approach social media analytics, which are the essential KPIs according to the kind of post or content you want to publish, and to the kind of target and goal you want to achieve. So that's it for me, and it's up to Livia. Then the stage is yours to start introducing us to the world of social media analytics.
So first of all, thank you, Federica, for the opportunity. I'm really glad to be here today, and I'm going to share my presentation now. So you should see it. Just a quick introduction of myself. My name is Livia. I am a digital content specialist and social media manager here in Studio Cappello WMR Group. I've been working here for almost 3 years, and I have experience in crafting and managing contents on social networks across various industries, including retail, hospitality, wellness, education. Just 2 lines about Studio Cappello WMR Group. We are specialized in strategic consulting and digital marketing services. And we offer an array of different services, ranging from strategy to website development, user experiences, SEO, so search engine optimization, content and social media, for sure. But we could say that WMR Group is made up of three pillars. There is a Studio Cappello on one side, then Adviva, which is our tech agency for website development, and WMR Hospitality. WMR Hospitality is a unit highly specialized in consulting for hotels, campings, tour operators, guest houses, and hotel establishments in general. We provide management consulting, so strategic support to enhance the business performances, revenue management training with courses and coaching for staff in order to improve operational and managerial skills, and of course, digital marketing services. Our approach in WMR Group is tailor-made, which means that we make preliminary analysis, market analysis, and competitor analysis. And then we develop strategies, which is customized for the clients. So let's start with the social media analytics, which will be our focus today, with an eye to meta insights. So this is a quick overview of social media and the relationship with hotels and the hotels establishments. It is said that Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube are the main the platforms mostly used by hotels. And these platforms are used for finding inspiration. That's not a surprise that the 97% of millennials use the social networks, social media, to share their vacation experience, and these affects their peers' travel choices. So social media are pivotal. Something about the formats. Short form videos and the interactive contents are gaining more and more popularity, and this because they foster brand loyalty. So it's fundamental today to engage with influencers, for example, or make user-generated content. Direct messaging is gaining popularity as well, and this because direct messaging allows hotels and hospitality establishments to rapidly communicate with customers. Why social media, social networks are important for hospitality establishments? First of all, because social networks enhance visibility. Secondly, they foster relationship buildings. They promote trust and loyalty thanks to user-generated contents, as I said before. Moreover, they are a source of inspiration because they influence booking decisions. And last but not least, they allow the collection of insights through that analysis about customer preferences. When we create editorial plans for social networks, we have to set goals. So our contents should have goals of awareness, of consideration, and conversion. Contents of awareness make the brand known to the audience. Contents of consideration make the brand to be considered over a number of competitors, while contents of conversion are usually they contain links in order to convince the audience to make the decision that we want them to make. Contents of awareness, specifically, have to capture the attention. How? Through eye-catching visuals, eye-catching photos. An example could be photos with close-ups and details. These are contents that are eye-catching, are in a way attractive. And here, in this case, taking professional photos of the hotel, in this case, is pivotal. These types of contents, this type of contents educate the audience. They are useful to educate the audience to the values of the brand. In this case, for example, interviews with the staff could be useful in order to give the audience a positive first impression. This is a list of KPIs that are useful to measure the performances of contents of this type, so contents of awareness. In this phase, we should look at impressions of posts, reach, follower growth rate, and engagement rate. Impressions measure how many times the content has been seen by the users, how many times the content has been displayed on a user's screen. And this gives an idea of the reach of the reach within the platform's algorithm. Reach is a little different in comparison with impressions because it's the number of unique users that have seen the content. So if in impressions we can count multiple views, in reach we count just one user. But it is useful in order to understand if the content has been successful beyond the immediate followers, so the followers that you already have. Follower growth rate is measures the how quickly the follower base is increasing over a period of time, and it is useful to understand if your strategy is working. While engagement rate can be calculated in various ways, basically, but it's the level of interactions relative to either followers or impressions. So if this number is higher, this means that your content is successful. Consideration is in this phase, so contents with consideration goals, let's say, are used to provide detailed information about the services. In this case, reviews, testimonials from, for example, influencers are pivotal. That's because user-generated content, as I said before, influence purchase decisions, and in this case, reservation decisions. Moreover, these types of contents create emotional connections because they use storytelling. They tell stories to emotionally engage emotionally the audience. So it's fundamental to showcase authentic stories in a way that people can consider the hotel or camping or guest house over a number of different competitors. The KPIs for these kinds of contents are click on profile, reactions, view time. Click on profile indicates the number of time users click on the profile button. So this means that after seeing the content, if after watching the content, if the user clicks on profiles, that means that the content has been appealing. Reactions is the total number of comments and shares on your posts, and these metrics indicate deeper engagement and deeper interest in your content, while view time is the average time users spend on a specific content. Here, I could say that to consider a video effective, it is important that users watch it for at least from 5 to 10 seconds. If so, this means that the content has captured the attention of users. Then contents of conversions encourage specific actions. This means that they contain links that lead users, potentially prospects, so potentially potential customers to landing pages. And they are important because they invite users to visit the website or complete a reservation. It is important as well that the user experience of the landing pages are optimized in order to minimize friction in the reservation process. KPIs for contents of conversion. We have click-through rate and ROI. Click-through rate is no more than the percentage of users who clicked on the link. While ROI is the return on investment, and this is a metric that has to be measured, can be measured with advanced tools like Google Analytics, for example. And about that, I just want to make a note. Social platforms are mostly platforms for finding inspiration, or better, for give inspirations to the audience. It can be a platform for a place for conversion, but it is more a place where people find inspiration. It is rare, let's say, that people convert at once, so they make a reservation. It is possible, but it's not sure. When we analyzed KPIs, I just want to make this note.
I'm sorry, Livia.
Yes.
Just to make a point here, I would like to maybe just to repeat a little bit what's the process. So the first thing to decide is what is your goal with your post. Okay, so if
Yes.
you want it to attract attention to your brand, so this is awareness. If you
Exactly.
want it to create to people to considerate you for a specific kind of product, which is in our case hospitality or travel, or if it is, if you want a conversion, so you want people to click on some kind of link towards
Exactly.
the website or so on. And so maybe I'll ask you, Livia, if to repeat for each kind of purpose, what are the main KPIs, just to wrap it up a bit before we
Yeah.
go on.
So for goals of for contents of awareness, we have impressions, reach, follower growth rate, and engagement rate. For contents of consideration, we have click on profile, reactions, and view time. While for conversion, we have click-through rate and ROI. As I said before, this is the most difficult goal in social networks. That's because social networks are not a platform for conversion. It can be, but it is more a platform for awareness, to make your brand visible. So I don't know
Right.
if I answered the question.
Yeah, sure. Perfect.
Okay,
Thank you
great.
very much. Just
Okay, no
can
worries,
make,
no
yeah,
problem.
some point before we go on.
Correct. Okay, so I just want to make a note here that when we analyze KPIs, there are no universal benchmarks, which means that I cannot say if how many impressions should your post have? And this because we have a lot of variables when we analyze data. But what can I say is that what I can give you is an idea of how to be competitive in this market, especially when we talk about engagement rate and follower growth rate. Um, Hotels and hospitality establishments should aim for an engagement rate above 0.85%, while for follower growth rate, they should aim for a monthly growth rate of 0.8%, 0.8%. These in order to be competitive in this market with respect to their competitors. Here we have an introduction of Meta Business Suite. Meta Business Suite is basically social media management platform, which is mainly used for scheduling posts and for as an inbox, so for DMs, in order to exchange DMs with customers efficiently. So this platform is really useful because it has a section for insights. So here you can see the content performances and the performances of the channel in general, so Facebook and Instagram mainly. Here are some screenshots of the section, and here you can see that you can find here all the KPIs that we have talked before, like interactions, like reach, like click on the link, impressions. Yeah. So this is a focus on a specific post. So when you click on each post, you can see the overview of KPIs, reach, impression, interactions, and click on the link. Of course, just to add something, if you see that if you compare some data with the data of some posts with some of the of other posts, you can see that maybe your strategy is working. So you maybe you can continue on that path. While if you see that you are not growing, your followers are not growing, or your impressions are too low, maybe you have just to rethink your content strategy and your contents. Because in my experience, what I saw, what I've seen during these years is basically that if you don't have nice contents or professional contents, meaning professional photos, professional videos, collabs with influencers. So if you don't have a strategy, basically you fail, contently speaking, obviously. And this is a video. This is some insights. These are some insights on videos from the Instagram app. So if you need to see how your reels are performing, you can go to this section in your Instagram app, and here you can see the reactions, so the number of likes, comments, shares, and saves. You can see the views, so the number of times the reel has been seen, the view time, as well as the profile activity. Which in this case is the number of followers that you acquired thanks to that video. Just to make a note, some metrics are under development. So maybe you see just a notification that the KPI, the metric is not complete or under development, and that's because Meta is constantly introducing new metrics to provide more precise data. So actually the presentation is up. So I don't know if Federica, if you have questions.
Just to underline that, yes, the Meta Business Suite is usable and intuitive for the majority of the time, so it will be easy for you to find out all the metrics that Livia and the KPIs that Livia underline to you as important for your attention. And that's what Livia introduced could be a good starting point, both if you are managing your social media yourself, and also to control what you, if on the other side you have a digital provider or some consultant managing your social media. This can be very useful to monitor what they are doing and to discuss with them then how our strategy could be improved, where you are, at what you can aim at, and so on. So these metrics and these KPIs Livia explains are useful on both sides, isn't it, Livia? It can also be from the other side, from someone who is a consultant. I think it might be more satisfying for you to have a client who is able to understand your job.
Correct. Yeah, correct. Just to give us as well, to give us an idea of the business, how it's going, what are the problems. Yeah, data for our agency is super important because we are a performance agency. Maybe I didn't tell it before, but yeah, starting from data is the point of departure.
Yeah, so it is very important for the hospitality travel agents, SMEs or travel agents, guys, and so on, to start understanding this kind of metrics, what is data mean, and to then set your goal and also try to guide your consultants, because the best, I think, you can you understand this kind of data, the best value also you can extract best value out of the people who are there to help you. But if you don't understand it, at least partially, because of course it's not the owner or the general manager job to understand in detail this kind of metrics, because that's Livia's job. But it is important that you are able to interact in a dedicated way with these people to have the best value for your own business.
Correct.
So I think that that's it for this social media analytics and KPIs webinar. If you want to discover more about web analytics, as Livia underlines, that one of the KPIs for conversion is going to see the conversion rate on your website, and then your return on investments, of course. We underline that there is another webinar on the same Euroemotour hub platform on specifically on web analytics and Google Analytics more in detail, for you can start to understand also all that kind of metrics as well. That's it. And
okay, thank you for the opportunity again. It's been a pleasure for me to be here today.
Thanks to you and to WMR Group for the availability of helping us with this webinar.
You're welcome.